There is a kind of magic you use every day, and you probably do not even know it. No potions, no wands, no whispered Latin in candlelit chambers, just words. That is all it takes. Because language is one of the oldest forms of magic we have. Think about it. You say something, and suddenly it exists. You give shape to a thought. You bring emotion to life. You conjure visions in someone else's mind just by speaking. One sentence can change a life. A story can outlive its author. A name can summon the memory of someone long gone. That is not metaphor. That is power, real power. The kind we have stopped seeing because it became too familiar. We treat language like a tool, but it is not. It is a force. Ancient cultures knew this connection. In Egyptian myth, Thoth created the world by naming it. In Genesis, God speaks light into being. In the Vedas, the universe begins with sound. The sacred sound vibration becomes reality. Sound becomes structure. Word becomes world. And here we are thousands of years later, throwing around syllables like they are just noise. But even now, look closer. You will still see the spellwork. Every I love you. Every I am sorry. Every you will never be good enough. These are spells. Spoken, cast, received, etched into memory, etched into belief. Because once something is said, it echoes. And if enough people believe it, it becomes real. It shapes behavior. It guides culture. It rewrites what people think is possible. Tell someone they are cursed, and watch how life bends around that belief. Tell a child they are brilliant, and watch how they grow into it, like a prophecy fulfilled. This is not fiction. This is the subtle architecture of reality, and we build it with words. So many ancient traditions knew the danger. That's why names were sacred, and why mantras were protected, why the right word at the right time could kill or heal. There is a reason we call it spelling. You are literally casting spells when you write. Sentences are incantations. Paragraphs are rituals. A well-crafted book is a grimoire. Every idea you have ever believed came to you through words. And every system of power, religions, nations, revolutions, all began with language, a speech, a scroll, a whispered warning. Words stir souls. Words launch wars. Words build entire realities. So when we ask if magic is real, maybe the better question is this: how could it not be? Now, before we go deeper, there are links in the description that explore this even further. If you are feeling the pull of this topic, if something ancient is stirring in the back of your mind, go check them out. There is more waiting to be uncovered, and you might find the next thread in the spell you are already weaving. All right, let's keep going. Because this is not just about what words do to others. It is about what they do to you. Your internal monologue is your personal spellbook, and most of us are cursed by our own narration. I cannot. I am not enough. It will never work. Every time you say it, you reinforce it. You strengthen the pattern. You carve the reality a little deeper, but change the language and you change the path. It sounds simple, too simple, but remember, that is how magic works. It is always hidden in plain sight. Say something different. Say, I'm learning. Say, this might work. Say, I am becoming someone new. The moment you do, you shift the energy. You open a door that was not there before, and slowly you change your future. This is why affirmations exist. why rituals begin with invocation, why prayers begin with speaking aloud. Because the universe is always listening, and so is your mind. Language is the bridge between what is and what could be. It is the lever that moves the unseen. It is the sigil written not in blood, but in breath. When you speak with intent, you summon meaning. And when you listen with intent, you receive revelation. Every great thinker, every poet, every mystic, they have all been spellcasters in disguise. Not because they had secret knowledge, but because they understood the power of choosing the right word at the right time for the right soul. And that is the beauty of it. You do not need a temple. You do not need a lineage. You do not need permission. You already speak the language. You always have. You just forgot it was magic. You just forgot that when you tell your story, you are not just recounting events. You are crafting a myth. And myths do not just explain the world. They shape it. So speak with care. Write with purpose. Think like a magician. Because every time you say something, you are building a future. Every voice holds power. Every sentence carries energy. And when we start to speak with reverence, with creativity, with awareness, we remember. We remember what the ancients knew. We remember what children feel before language becomes habit. We remember that to name a thing is to give it life, and to believe in something is to call it into being. So let this be your reminder. Magic is not hiding. It is in the way you speak, the way you think, the way you choose one word over another, even when no one is listening. Because someone is listening, the part of you that still believes in wonder, the part of you that still dreams in symbols, the part of you that still knows how to speak to the unseen. Call it spirit, call it intuition, call it soul. It hears you, and it is waiting for you to speak the right words and remember what you are. A spellcaster, a world builder, a quiet magician in a noisy world. So speak, whisper your future, sing your healing, write your truth into the shape of a spell, because the world is always shifting, and it listens to those who remember how to speak its secret name.